Hey, good afternoon, everyone. We're live from Houston, Texas. This is Thursday, August 23, and show number 84. I couldn't remember what show it was. So it's the afternoon. I told you sometimes during this process, things were going to get out of control a little bit, and I might have to go live at a different time. Good morning, Captain Sandra. Good morning, Captain Kristen. I'm glad you showed up. I know this is not the normal time for the show, so I appreciate your making an effort to show up. This morning what happened was I finally got a call back from the guy that's going to come work on the floors, phase two of this big project. The first phase, of course, was I had to get all the plumbing underneath the house replaced. It was all the original cast iron. And all the sewer lines going out to the city line, everything had to be replaced, right? So this is phase two, and phase two is all the floors that got damaged by the leaking pipes, which started all this into motion. So I have to get the floors fixed. So the floor guy showed up. We've been playing phone tag for a while. We finally were able to hook up today. So he came and looked at the house, and he called me this morning and he said, have a job near your house. Can I come by today? And I said, sure. What time? He said, it'll be about 11. So, and of course, I had already set up the show for 11. So I boogied in there and changed it to 1 p.m. Hope you all understand. Thank you. Good morning, Captain Diana. Okay, she's here, but she's only listening because she doesn't text and drive. Good for you, Captain Diana. I support that decision. I have an iPhone, and on the iPhone, it came out with a new feature, I don't know, last year sometime, where the phone can detect when I'm moving as if I were in a car, and it automatically puts on the do not disturb feature. So if any of my friends text me and I'm driving, I don't get a ding, so I don't even know they did it, and they get a little message that says, I'm driving, I'll get back to you as soon as I stop. And I tell you what, I love that feature. As soon as it started functioning, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have to, because not that I worry about getting back to people, but I really don't want my friends and my family to think I'm ignoring them, got the disease to please, as Oprah used to say. So with that feature, it's like I can just drive safely and listen to my tunes and not even worry about it. So anyway, so the floor guy came. Oh, Captain Sandra, she has that feature too. It's nice, isn't it? Good morning, Laren. Or good afternoon, Laren. Excuse me, I'm so used to saying good morning. It's 1 in the afternoon here, so good afternoon, Laren. It's good to see you. So here's the thing. So the floors, the insurance adjuster had come, and the insurance adjuster is wonderful. I think I won the lotto with this person, and she did such a nice job pulling it all together, approving the insurance claim, which is, wonderful. It's making this so much less pressure knowing I don't have to pay the bulk of this, right? But, she's not a professional floor person, so the amount that she approved is fine. But the floor guy looked around and he said, I don't know. I think she missed a few spots. So he took some pictures in the studio here and also in the master bedroom and in the hallway of places she didn't realize the floor needed to be actually replaced, not just refinished. So he's going to talk to her this afternoon and hopefully get approval, because he feels all the floors need to be replaced. Not just the living room floors replaced and then the rest refinished. And when he pointed out why he feels that way, he's right. I mean, the damage isn't super obvious until he pointed it out. Like squishiness that shouldn't be there, that indicates there's damage underneath. So he's going to probably do all the floors. So remember where if you've been with the show for a while, I thought I was going to go homeless, and then I was like, oh no, I'm not going to go homeless after all. I'm going to go homeless. Because I said, so what's that, like a 2-day project? And he said, no, it's a minimum of a month. So it's a minimum of a month they're actually going to be in the house working. tearing out all the floors to the living room, the master bedroom, and my studio here, which is actually the guest bedroom, but it's where I work. And I said, oh, well, what are you going to do with all this stuff? Because, I know that they're going to move it for me, right? That's part of the deal. They're going to move it. I thought they were going to cram it all into the dining room. He said, oh, no, no, no. Packers are going to come in. They're going to pack everything for you, and then we're going to move it off-site. So everything's getting moved off-site to apparently an undisclosed location because he didn't tell me where. And so everything's going to be out of the house. And he said, oh, and by the way, you cannot be in this house when we're working. It's too dangerous. The fumes, the dust. We have to shut down your entire air system and put coverings over all the vents because what we're doing cannot get into your system or it will damage it. And so you cannot be here for that minimum of a month. I'm going homeless. Well, it's kind of upscale homeless because he said that I'll have an allowance for apparently finding someplace else to live for that month. So that's great. I mean, if they're going to pay for a place to live, fine. But, there's 2 adults, 2 giant dogs, and a senior citizen cat. That sounds like a house. I mean, if they want to cram us into an apartment, I don't know. I'm going to kick and scream, I think, because I don't think we could live in an apartment successfully. I mean, it might be fun. It's an adventure. I mean, maybe it's a big apartment, like a loft apartment. I don't know. I'm going to stay open. I'm not going to fight too much until I find out exactly what they think we need for over a month. So I'm going homeless. Hooray. Wasn't that worth waiting till 1 in the afternoon to hear? I think it's going to be good, though, because this young man, he's like 12 years old. He really seemed to know floors, which doesn't surprise me since he works closely with an insurance company. He's got his own company. But he knew what floors I had, even though they're super old. He knew what floors, when he does the replacement, will make them look exactly like what I have. And he had suggestions on updating the color because the color's a little outdated, the stained color. So, good morning, Captain Ruthie. I'm glad you're here. Sorry about the delay. And then I think just because that's not enough of an adventure, I think once they get in the new floors, and the new floors have to just sit for 2.5 weeks so that the wood, because they're solid wood, they have to dry and they have to, release their moisture before they can sand them and finish them and seal them. So that it has to sit for 2.5 weeks. He said, if I wanted to, that would be the time to come in and paint the walls. So just add a little more work to it all. Might be doing the live show from a construction site, which is fine, but I'm probably going to come in here and freshen up all the paint. I painted all these walls in 2005, and then my business took off, and I got super, super busy, and then I've just kind of lived with it for 13 years. But it'd be nice to freshen all the paint up. Oh, good morning, Captain Terry in Katy, Texas. You're driving. I'm happy you're listening while you're driving. Drive carefully, please. Safety first. So yeah, I'm probably going to freshen up all the walls. I don't know what colors I'll go with. He wants to start next week. I'm just looking around at all this stuff, and they're going to pack it, I guess. So I'll probably take anything that's, if they broke it, I would be upset and put it somewhere at the other end of the house so they won't touch it. Well, if they want to pack up all my books and stuff, I'm not gonna argue with them. So anyway, I know Captain Ruthie says, "My goodness, that's so soon." Yeah, it is. But I've been putting this off. I could have had this arranged back when I arranged the plumbing project. I could have finished the plumbing and had the floors going in the same week, right? But if you've ever had work done around your house, it's a completely exhausting experience. It's very invasive, Everyone's all up in your business that you're used to having privacy. And all of a sudden there's, workers peeing outside your window and stuff. It's very disconcerting, right? So I needed a break between the two. So I put it off as long as I could, but we need to get it done now. Captain Laren says, can't imagine having to go through all of that. Having work done on a house is indeed completely exhausting. Oh, you said it, it is. And I've had other things done to the house that took longer than these floors, but they've always been exterior. And there's something about, at the end of the day, going indoors, you're in your own bed, cooking in your own kitchen. But you know, it'll be fun, it'll be an adventure. I have a good feeling that what will most likely happen is my neighborhood's adjacent to a neighborhood that has a lot of bungalows. It's an old historic neighborhood with lots and lots and lots of houses. Many of them are for rent. So I have a feeling I'll probably be able to move into one of those if they give me a good enough stipend. And then it's not too far away because I'm going to have to come over and open the house for the workers. And of course take tons of pictures because I take pictures of everything. I have thousands and thousands of pictures of just the pool being installed, let alone the roof and the siding and, you know, the kitchen when I had the kitchen redone. So I'll be spending all my time over here as much as I can, at least safely. Captain Kristen says, I think you totally lucked out that they are doing all the work and paying for the temp housing. Yeah, I feel very, very, very fortunate, Kristen. I really, really do. It's just like with that pool project, you know, they wanted to dig up break up the pool deck, right? And I was like, whoa, slow down, cowboy. How about we go under? And that worked out well. I'm just going to be kind of the same. Let's see what they propose as far as the size of the house they're willing to rent me. And, you know, go, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, 2 adults, 2 giant dogs, and a cat. We need a little bit of space and hopefully a yard. Because I don't want to board the dogs for a month. I mean, can you imagine? That would be horrible. I mean, it's just not worth it, right? Captain Cheryl says, maybe you'll get the one I wanted to visit. Well, maybe. Captain Cheryl showed me a cute little bungalow on Airbnb. Airbnb is fun because you can look inside all these houses, you know, near you that are for rent. I have a feeling it'll be a situation like that. Find an Airbnb, it's the right price, because usually the price goes down. If you rent for a week or a month, you know, you get a price cut. So hopefully I'll find just the right place. I'm pretty confident I will, though. It's going to be an adventure. Captain Housekeeper goes homeless. It'll be fun. Thank goodness for Uber Eats that delivers food, right? So speaking of Uber Eats, well, not really speaking of it, but speaking of food. So yesterday I went to the new Whole Foods, literally walking distance from my house. Literally. Well, not when it's 110 degrees. This does not look good sweaty, trust me. So I went over there and sure enough, it was packed. It was a madhouse. I don't know why people did it, but they were doing their full week shopping on the day that it opened. There was carts full of groceries going around. But I got to walk up and down the aisles and see what they had to offer. And this is the Whole Foods 365 concept, which 365 is the name of their store brand. So I did notice that the prices were more affordable than at a full-blown Whole Foods. So that made me happy too, because they call it whole paycheck sometimes when people are being snarky. So, you know, but it looked like it had everything I could use. If I needed anything, I could just walk over there or drive. It takes 30 seconds to drive there. So I'm very happy with it. Good parking. The way that they built out this lot, it was empty, is there's the Whole Foods over here, and then there's another strip mall that they built, a brand new one here. And it's already has a Verizon store, which is great because I used to have to drive across town because I have Verizon. I'd have to drive across town for anything. Now it's right there. And then also apparently they're putting in an emergency room. I dock in a box, I think is what they call it. So that's very convenient too. I just feel really lucky, even though I'm going high-class homeless for a while. Captain Laren said, I agree, Kristen and Drew. We qualified for a free upgrade for our heating system and insulation of the house. We haven't painted over the polka dots on the walls yet, but it was free. You know, you can't argue with free, right? You know, when they stepped up and said they were going to replace the floors, I felt a real sense of relief, because I had a feeling, you know, water damage often isn't covered in an insurance claim. And this insurance company, the adjuster told me, they're the only ones that cover connecting a sewer system. Most of them won't even cover that. So I feel very lucky and very grateful. It's all good. And I have a Whole Foods right here. Everything's coming up roses. Anyway, folks, 12 people showed up. I'm so glad so many people showed up in the afternoon. Thank you for coming by. I know this is not the right time of the day that I usually do this, but I thought nobody was going to show up, to be honest. 1 in the afternoon. So I'm glad you're here. If you're enjoying the show, please give it a thumbs up. All you have to do is go click, and the little thumb will go up. That helps me out, and I appreciate it very, very much. If it's your first time here, because it's in the afternoon, you never know, please make sure you subscribe to the Captain Housekeeper YouTube channel. Ring the little notification bell, because as phase 2 starts, I might be going live at all different times. I can't predict when I'm going to go live, when this is all going to be so like up in the air. So I'm going to try to go live every day, because I enjoy it so much and I love talking with you. But I can't guarantee it'll be at 11 a.m. like I want. Oh, Captain Cheryl, thank you. We're always here for you. I appreciate it very much, Captain Cheryl. Your support means so much to me. I look forward to this every single day. Okay, well, you know, folks, just because you're in charge of your house doesn't mean you have to do everything. Automate and delegate whenever possible. Get somebody else to fix your floors. And say it with me, everybody. No matter what life throws at me, I have the ability to make this a fantastic day. Okay, I love you guys so much. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully at 11 a.m. like usual, but who can say? Have a good afternoon, everyone. Bye-bye.